Despite best conservation efforts, water contamination remains one of the world's most serious environmental problems. While the word river may conjure up visions of pouring white foam cascading over rocks, the truth is that clean rivers are few and far between in today's modern world. It has had such a destructive effect on our ecosystem that it's almost irreversible. The ever increasing human population, along with our apparent inability to properly process and dispose of garbage, has resulted in widespread pollution of rivers, streams, and other waterways. Following are a few rivers in the world that can be classified as the most polluted. Ganges River. Ganges is the world's third largest river and is also one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Other than serving almost 2 billion people, Ganges is also considered India's holiest river. And many people believe that bathing in it will cleanse them of their sins. Unfortunately, because it is one of the most contaminated rivers on the earth, doing so may result in their contracting an infection. More than 1,100 industrial units waste raw sewage into it, which is the main reason behind its poor state. Among many other things, the plastic pollution and waste materials used during religious rites is one of the major reasons behind Ganges being one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Mississippi River, United States. The Mississippi River is one of the world's longest rivers, yet it has been harmed by improper garbage disposal, industrial pollution, oil spills, and agricultural runoff. The river contains high levels of arsenic, benzene, and mercury, giving it an unattractive brown appearance and rendering it poisonous to many creatures. Despite spearheading the environmental reform drive and giving billions of dollars to the cause, the United States waterways are nonetheless filthy. Unchecked industrial waste, sewage, and agriculture runoff have created a dead zone in the Mississippi River. The river covers over 8,000 square miles. The river's marine life has been severely harmed as a result of several oil spills throughout the years. The river continues to be an important support for economic and recreational activity, as well as a supply of drinking water for over 18 million Americans. Yellow River, China. The Yellow River is arguably China's greatest river, but it has now become a victim of the country's economic prosperity. The Yellow River of China, also known as the Huang River, was notable for its yellow sediment known as loess. Because of China's increasing industrialization, the Yellow River has now been flooded with billions of tons of untreated industrial effluent. Chemical plants and coal mines discharge wastewater into the river, resulting in the degradation of Asia's third longest river, which runs across 9 Chinese provinces. As China's economy develops, a substantial amount of rubbish is dumped into the rivers like this one. With the coal mining industry being the worst offender, it's estimated that roughly 30% of fish have died as a result of the river's contamination, and the water from the river isn't even safe to use for irrigation or agriculture. Despite this, many people still use it as a source of drinking water. Sarno River, Italy. The Sarno has the distinction of being Europe's most polluted river. Amazingly, enough of Sarno's source is pure and safe to drink, but the continuous unrestricted dumping of agricultural and industrial waste has poisoned it. This hazardous combination is dumped onto the land whenever the river floods, causing soil degradation. Yangtze River. The Yangtze River, which is also in China, is unsurprisingly impacted by industrial activity, although in a slightly different way. The nutritional imbalance created by the excessive amounts of nitrogen put in the river has resulted in a eutrophication, which has resulted in an abundance of blue-green algae topping the river's surface. The vegetation not only consumes far more carbon dioxide than it produces, but it also blocks sunlight and stunts the growth of other aquatic life. Citarum River, Indonesia. The factories that dump their garbage into the Citarum River can be held responsible for the river's pollution. The river's rapid destruction is also aided by the dense population of people surrounding it. Chitarum's level of mercury are said to be over 100 times higher than the acceptable mercury level standard. Millions of people rely on this river for water, so they continue to drink it despite its poor quality, which is producing a slew of health issues among the locals. Given the state of these and many other rivers around the world, we must come together and play our part in environmental protection. Simple, individual actions can help to bring about change and help to prevent additional damage to our planet's rivers. We may also support conservation efforts while also demanding that unrestricted dumping of industrial and human trash into rivers be halted at all costs, from governments and necessary agencies. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of our next video, and I'll see you in the next one.